in different places, and she's like, this young nigga picked me up with a tattoo in the middle of his forehead, and he was like, yo, shawty, you probably should be walking around here. She was like, where else?
Yeah. 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 Young.
Okay, so welcome to another episode of Chopping It Up. I'm Felicia. This is
Ar Uplifting.
Hey, so we were having a conversation actually about a lot of things, but we're going to get into that again. So what do you do out here in Kelowna?
Out here in Kelowna, I work a 9-to-5 in the construction industry.
Nice.
I do my own little woodworking on the side.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
I
cool.
have a small shop space, and I do small projects, furniture in that. And I coach a little bit of basketball, and I make music.
Okay, so with the music, that's mostly what the platform is about. What type of music do you make?
I make hip hop music, but to more refine it, I like to call it uplifting music. I found that when I started making music, what I was hearing mainstream and on the radio wasn't representing
What you're standing for.
what I'm standing for and what I wanted to hear, and some things that had happened in my life kind of made me want to push a better message towards young people, especially, because it's easy to push them on the wrong direction,
100%,
I just wanted to do something a little different, and I felt I had something to say.
When you're doing your music, when you're writing, where do you draw your inspiration from? Like, if you're just chilling and vibing on a day, where would you get inspiration from? Just things happening around you, or do you more come from things that you've seen in the past?
Yeah, I think overwhelmingly it's kind of lived experience, I feel like. I tend to, when I start to create or get into a writing space, I'll usually find an instrumental first. That's the process, and then I'll write to that beat. So that'll usually bring up something, right? Whatever that
The emotion at the time.
Exactly, and that'll kind of just gear where I'm going, and I tend to draw influences from my family, a lot from my family.
Sorry, where's your family from originally?
I've got a mixed family. My dad's from Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
And
Caribbean in the house.
Yeah. And my mom is a Canadian, Irish and Scottish roots.
Okay.
So I was born in London, Ontario.
Nice.
And I lived in Edmonton for a little while. Now I'm out here in Kelowna.
That's my sides there. I love it. Okay. So what we're doing here is we were talking to different musicians throughout the Okanagan.
Right.
So I was drawn to your music just based on listening to what you're talking about, how you're presenting it, your energy on stage, everything like that.
Yeah. So
with the industry out here, what we're seeing is there's a lot going on, but not a lot catered to the culture, we can call it. What we're trying to figure out here is how do we get more people, I guess, listening to what like artists like yourself are doing, other artists that are performing that are more doing the urban side of things as opposed to just like the mainstream. So I guess the exact question is like, how could we kind of start to push out what we're doing more and like the people we're seeing? So we're meeting so many creatives, so many good artists. Like what ideas would you think would be things that would be cool to help push out the hip hop, I guess, message and stuff like that?
Well, I think you guys are really pushing the envelope and doing a lot for it, right?
We're trying.
Chopping It Up is a great platform. It is a podcast that can have the reach further than, the city limits.
Yeah.
And Kelowna is a pretty small place. So,
growing
it's growing in a good way as well, right?
Yeah.
But, the opportunities for events and that sort of things, right? They're a little bit limited.
Yeah.
So these things like the block that you guys have been putting on, these events, tend to push artists that are speaking about these issues or are from these communities. And then these platforms are great to do that. But I think the biggest thing is to build the community.
Yeah.
Right? Because
I love that part so much.
that's the huge piece about it, because one person can only do so much.
Okay, so London, Ontario, you were saying there's a lot of American influence there too.
Yeah, I'd say it was a test city for a lot of products and that sort of thing, you know.
Cool.
It's weird like that. So I feel like the layout and just seeing how things are done out here, it's a lot different. You get a lot more of that American influence.
100%.
And I think that influenced my sound a lot too, because the music I related to and I was hearing growing up was a lot more of that New York hip hop. And it would have been, you know, just regional, right? 'Cause it's right there. And so I think that heavily influenced my sound.
For sure. Okay, so like being that close to New York, do you find it's like you were more drawn to like the Bronx kind of stuff, like when you were listening to music as a younger kid, I guess?
Yeah.
And like how were you able to relate to that, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, the music I was listening to, I was, you know, it was the M.O.P.
Okay.
And, you know, Styles P.
Okay, so we're around the same age, yeah?
And yeah, you know, I was listening to a lot of that growing up, and obviously like Tupac and all these guys.
Yeah.
But that kind of was where I was at.
Yeah, because I find your sound is so unique because I've not heard anybody like you in Canada. I can't relate to anybody that I could think of. So like for me, when I listen to your music, I get like the most Def vibes and that kind of stuff. So like the higher quality hip hop, I call it.
Right.
And that's just how I see it.
Thank you.
So I'm like, I want to push that out so much more because there is not a lot of rappers doing what you're doing. And I love it so much. So I'm like, I want people to start to kind of listen to it, hear what you're doing.
For sure.
Your music, where can it be found online?
Online, basically just mostly on your streaming services, like you Spotify, iTunes, all that, Ar Uplifting.
Yeah.
But a lot of my music that's my older catalog is on SoundCloud. So you'll find probably 20 plus tracks on SoundCloud.
Nice.
So it's a lot of the stuff you're not hearing when you're just streaming your music. But I'm looking to try to get maybe my own platform to be able to share my music in a better way. I feel like that's something that the community needs as well, right?
So
not just,
like out here, there's not a lot of that. Like there's a couple places people are doing music.
Yeah.
Are you in the studio currently or are you kind of taking a break from it?
No, I haven't been in the studio for over a year and a half. But that doesn't mean I'm not writing and all that. It's just I haven't had the time to sit down and get down into the studio. Nice. So yeah, I'm hoping to have something going for next summer. That's the kind of the plan. Yeah.
Nice. I love that. So yeah, that being said, like I want to find more spaces that are open to like getting more music like that put out. So there's a couple studios out here, but there's not a ton. So like the places that are there, I'm going to we've been talking about reaching out to them and like seeing what we can get going kind of thing. Yeah. I'm not a producer, so it wouldn't be me doing it, but just connecting with the right people is kind of a big thing that we're trying to push on the platform.
For sure.
Just because I'm like, the people want the music, but it's like, we got to get it out still.
Well, you know, from my experience making music, so I've been making and releasing music since 2013. And I've never taken, you know, that big role of being, let me go out and market my music and that. I always felt like the message of my music has remained the same in the content, which is why I can perform tracks I wrote 10 years ago and they're still relevant and true to my message and what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that music just doesn't travel far unless a community grabs it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or is even aware of it. And that's what I kind of always was like, oh, the right people will find it. And that's not the right attitude to have.
You gotta push it out there. Yeah.
Right? I'm kind of changed my attitude in the last few years about it, but I was always just of that mind state. Like, I know there's a substance to my music and the right people will find it, but
love it.
You know.
We're gonna force it out there. We're gonna push it out there. Cause that's like, I wish, like, what's my favorite song? I Miss the Whole Summer. I was working. That's my favorite one. And I was like, you didn't play it last night. You're like, I'm like that. Like, when I heard that, it hit. And I was listening, and I was like, damn, we're all kind of doing this. Like, we're all in the same boat, but doing different things. You know what I mean? Everyone's paddling, but like going different directions. Yeah. But that sat with me so heavy. And every time I see you, I'm like, I missed the whole summer. I was working. And it's like,
to be a favorite.
People can relate to that, though. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Your music is so relatable depending on, like, if people just hear it. So I'm like, we got to push it out more. And I would love if we can get you in the studio more because, like, your message is one to be rivaled. And I feel like, you know, like starting to push it out more, maybe the right ears will hear it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're just so talented. So I'm like, I'm so grateful that you came in today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. No, so yeah, that's kind of like the vibe of what we're trying to do. And we're just going to work on continuously pushing out the artists that we're meeting. That's why I'm like, do you mind coming in and talking with us? Yeah. Because I feel like Your message is so much better than a lot of what I'm hearing, and I wish more people would just take it in. So that's what we're gonna do.
It's crazy, like just seeing the talent that's in Kelowna alone, right? And if it's happening here, it's happening in a lot of places.
Yes, it is.
But it's just who's discovering these people, or who's giving them a platform, right? And who's pushing. So these are the things that need to happen to push the culture in the community.
Can you do some bars from your favorite song for us?
Favorite song?
Your favorite, not my favorite, because I know my favorite already.
Yeah.
Favorite song by you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite song by me is a tough one. It almost is Mr. Summer, but let's see here. What can
Anything
I give you
want.
guys?
See, I don't even know how to do that. I just love it. I'm like, yeah, do it. I'm just like a super fan.
I will.
Okay, give me the A bars.
Okay, so I've got a track coming out. Actually, I don't know when it's coming out, but it's unreleased yet.
When you're ready.
When I'm ready. One of those tracks that it's already out of the studio.
I'm going to be calling you. I'll be like, hey, man.
I said that track was coming out.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah, so I'll give you guys a little 8 bars from
What was
the
the song
track.
called?
It's Picking Up the Dimes. It's a feature track. I got Mike Irish on there as well, but I'll give you guys my verse.
Okay.
It's like this. My motivation is my family, doing better every day because this life is damaging. Laser focused, aerodynamic like an aeroplane. Shit.
That's all you get. We just need a little teaser. That's what I'm saying. Like, you just kind of go with it. But I love that the motivation is your family.
Yeah.
So that's huge, but that's also probably why your lyrics have more depth to them.
Yeah.
So you're actually speaking from a place that's important to you.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the big catalyst, and it's a topic in a lot of my tracks, is loss, you know, and that's something that is very powerful, and it has the ability to lift people up, and also, you know, it has the ability to have people in a bad, dark place, right? So that's one of the topics that's very prevalent in my music.
Understood.
And how to, you know, move on to trying to live a life that's a full life after loss.
Yeah, because it goes on after that. So a lot of people kind of get stuck. So when you have, that's what I'm saying, your music is like, okay, like, listen to it. Let's keep pushing. What is next?
Yeah.
And lots of people get stuck where they're at. And then sometimes they get hard to get out of that. But once you do, it's like, you know, there's more to it and there's so much to accomplish and do. So what we're going to do is we're going to push this out. I want you to get back in the studio right away. Yeah. Because like, we need your music. We need more of it. So I'm going to post, we're going to post the link to your page. Yeah. If that's okay. Of course. And anything that you want us to attach that as well so people can find your music a little easier, we'll just click like attach to Spotify. I'm looking at you. I don't know how to do any of that. So if we put the link to your page, is your Spotify in there? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So we'll do that way then. So we'll tag you up in there. Yeah. So again, I want to say thank you so much. So grateful to have you have come in and sat with me for this interview. Yeah. We're looking out for anything new you have coming up, any events anytime soon? Nothing planned as of yet. You know, I like to keep it on the D-low. I know, you do that. You're like that. And I'm like, okay, we're ready. So when we get some more info, we would love to reshare it. We're going to push it on our platform as well. And I'm so grateful to have had you in here. Thanks for having me. Of course. So this is Ar Uplifting. And thank you for joining in. And thank you for tuning in for another episode of Chopping It Up. We're going to tag him up in the page and make sure you like, subscribe, follow the page, and share it with your friends. Missed the whole summer I was working. Do your thing, bro. I missed the whole summer I was working. You the man, bro. I missed the whole summer I was working. Go ahead, do your thing, bro. I missed the whole summer I was working. Go ahead. Time's of the essence, and these times they are testing. So grind, I'ma grind to the top. I am